Hey y'all, Lindy here, and we are actually here to review the Sidekick Electronic Urine Warmer. Here we go. Here's the box. It just took about 3-4 days to ship. It said it would only take 2, but you know, that's what it is. So we're going to open this thing up real quick. We're going to look at the other stuff a little later, but we're going to open up just to see kind of what comes in the box here. My buddy ordered this because he's from Georgia. He decided that he's going to come and work in California, and they have a little bit more strict drug testing procedures out here apparently. I used to mess around. I don't really mess around too much anymore. I just drink, which this thing would actually help if you're a heavy drinker, but doesn't really apply to me anymore. Kind of cooled down in my old age. So let's see what we got here. Alright, so looks like it's coming pretty well packaged. Got the bubble wrap, all sorts of goodies in here. I'm sure he's going to be impressed. If you guys are wondering about the price, you know, here's what it's called. Not too much on the price here, to be honest. It won't tell you that, right? It took me a long time. I actually found out the price as I was calling in, you know. So yeah, he owes me about, I think it was like $230, and he actually also opted for the extra charger. So this came with the charger pack because apparently it only lasts, the smaller version, the 2 ounce, it only lasts for about 90 minutes. But with the extra batteries, that one lasts for 90 minutes, that lasts for 4. See, it actually says right here, I think, yeah, look. 4 hours, hold 3 fluid ounces, and then the other one's 90 minutes for the 2 fluid ounces, 90. And that's what he ordered. That's what I ordered for him. Let's be clear on that. Okay, so looks like this is the main thing here, so we'll look at that in a minute. Here we have the charger with the batteries just glued onto it. That's cool. So now we have Dos Chargeros. Looks like a gut strap here. That could come in handy. I'll show you that later on, because I did used to mess around, but I don't anymore. Alright, so little funnel, you know, if you're into that. Okay, let's see. Some more packing stuff, keeping it safe. And then it'll also come with, we're done with this box. You guys can see it's done with. It comes with their product thing. His name's on here. I'm not going to show you his name for protection of his privacy. Okay, so let's have a look. Quick start guide. You know, it's got some stuff in here. Basically, the instructions that you're going to have here. So charge the batteries, obviously. Install the batteries, obviously. If you guys don't know how to install batteries, well, maybe we should make another video on that alone. We have our little funnel here, so that's if you want to use the funnel, in case you have tremor hands, or you just want to be professional. Let's be honest, we're professionals, right? Okay, you turn on the device here. It actually has a temperature gauge, some other stuff here, but, you know, we'll go into that later. For now, I just wanted to open the box, get this stuff charging, so I can do a little video on this. And thank you, buddy, for letting us do this review. So I'm a bit of a libertarian here, and I think that drug testing, especially a man that after work, when it's his time in a free country, is it's pretty bullshit, to be honest with you. I mean, in a free country, it should be free, right? You should be able to do whatever you want in your off time. It's not like it carries over into your personal life or your work life. I mean, unless you let it, but we've all met that guy, but we're not that guy, right? So here we go. We've got the box here, or we got the actual thing here. It comes with the batteries inside of it. I was almost worried because I only saw one set of batteries on the chargers, but he'll be happy with this. And then, let's see, let's take these out. Come on, you. Let's start from the bottom. I don't want to use a knife because then he'll be pissed because he's probably going to watch this video. So let's see. Oh, my God. Whatever. They're in there. We can pry them out with a knife later, but, I mean, I'll do that off camera. You don't need to see me struggle for the next 10 minutes getting this off. So look, it's got some Sidekick tips on the back. So we have a fully charged batteries after your practice run. So once you do some practice runs, obviously, who would go in without? Battery run times, 90 minutes for 2 ounce models, 60 minutes for 3-ounce models. Ooh, 60 minutes. It says that right here, 60 minutes. It's a little different than 4 hours right there. Okay, so that's a little bit iffy right there. So it says 12 minutes to heat from room temperature to 95 degrees. Now, 12 minutes, that's actually pretty impressive, because if a safety man comes up on your job site, or, they say, hey, it's time to do your drug testing during your pre-employment, 12 minutes is pretty quick, all considering a heater pack, back when I used to mess around with it, would take anywhere from 30 minutes, and that's quick. If it happens in that time, that's real quick, to like an hour, hour and a half to get it to where you want it sometimes, depending on your heater bag. But this one says 12 minutes, and we will be testing that later once I have all these batteries prepped and tested. And it says up to 95 degrees on here. Now, why that's important is most your urine should come out around 98 degrees, maybe 98 and a half even, body temperature essentially, right? This said on the site that it actually runs closer to like 96, 97, which is good, because your urine is going to cool once it goes in the collection cup at a section or at a testing facility. And obviously you'll be using a synthetic urine or your buddy's urine who peed in a cup for you. I don't know what you guys are what you're doing these days, but that's what we used to do back in the day. It says target temperature is 90 degrees to 100 degrees. It's best to be closer to 94 to 96. And that's because when it hits the cup and by the time you pass it to them after you zip up and all that, that's probably what it should be. It should be around 95 degrees. And if you ever look at the cups, that's more than enough. Anything above 90 is enough to get you the green circle. So far, based on what they say, it looks pretty good. And I do like that they have the real number here, the 60 minutes for the 3-ounce models, because, see if you can see my mouse here. It's saying marathon models, 4 hours for 3 fluid ounces. But then again, this is the 2-ounce model, so maybe that's why it says this on here and that on there. Anyone who has the 3-ounce model, make a video, let us know. But that's pretty much all I got for you just on the unboxing. And just one more time, let's angle it down a little here. We're going to be showing you this. Get this thing out of here. So we got this right here. We got the squirt top. You can take it off. There's that. You're going to be using this nozzle here, putting it in here, and then you're going to get your fake stuff. We'll be using water, and don't worry, it's the same. I'd have to go out and buy fake stuff, but I don't need to anyway. I'm a clean man now. But still, we'll be using this water. It's the same as urine, right? I could even pee in a cup and use that if we need to, but I'm pretty sure my buddy'd be pissed if I put my pee in his thing. So, next thing we got here is we got our extra battery pack that he bought. Extra batteries. I think this was $25 when I bought it for him. So, you can see the battery pack in there. I'll open these up and show you later if you really care, but who cares about the charger as long as it charges, right? So we got 2 battery packs. You have your Sidekick manual, and then you have your gut strap, right? And I'll even put this on for you later. I'm sure he won't mind me doing that, just to show you guys. But this is essentially what you're gonna get. I ordered him the squirt nozzle in case someone was watching. So you push this button and it squirts out. I think that's what it does anyway. We're gonna figure it out together. And then on the bottom here, this is actually pretty cool. It's the last thing I do before we're going to charge everything and then restart the video later. This has a little control panel. It's going to tell you your temperature. So instead of having to rely on the temperature strip that's on the older bags, you can look at this, and I'm going to be testing it. I'm going to have thermometers, different types and stuff, and we're going to be putting them into a cup I pour this into and basically checking to see if it's right. And if it's right, then, this is a pretty cool thing for guys that are trying to keep their liberties and work at the same time. Now, I would never condone working while under the influence of any type of drug, right? Alcohol included. But for people trying to catch you for doing something that you like to do, that you enjoy doing, that helps you relieve stress in your off time, this is pretty much a good way of fighting that tyranny. So that's my take on it. I will be coming back to you guys once this is all ready and I have all of my testing supplies out, our water, our thermometers, and we're gonna figure this thing out and see if it's worth the $230. The extra batteries and charger were $25. This was about $180, and then there was like a $15-$20 delivery fee. So it's pretty hefty for $230, but let's see if it pays off for my buddy. Lindy out. Hey y'all, Lindy's back for a minute here. I just wanted to show you what it looks like charging. So this is it charging. You can see the little red here. It's kind of a weird charger, the way it's going. Let me just, for reference really quick, let me hold this one up. You can see there's no red here. There's no red here on this one because obviously it's not plugged in, right? But I wanted to show you kind of this because it, I'm not sure about the design of it, but we're going to show you kind of how it goes. It uses a, looks like a Bassin charger, which is weird. It's got like this little pedal here. And the way it kind of sits in, you just put this here and you kind of let it go there, but it can jump off to the side fairly easily. See how it's cockeye right there? So I kind of wish they'd gone with a different charging type. But you can see how I have it just, you just got to be real particular about it. Don't let it jostle around. See, that one already stopped. So I have this one. This one's plugged into my laptop, right? So it's not getting the best charge. But we are going to try this in the wall. I'll let you guys know there. I just don't really want to move my camera into the wall. So, Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys kind of how this works. I'm not the biggest fan of these chargers. But as long as they work, right? And they're lithium batteries. See how much I'm adjusting this thing just to get it to be like perfectly straight? That'd be one complaint I have. It's not really even a complaint. It's really just me bitching about having to be more particular about this. But you know what? If it saves your job, it's worth it, right? Anyway, I'll hit you back once these are fully charged and once I've got all of my testing equipment out. And then we're going to figure this out. Lindy out. Hey, y'all. So we are back. I just unplugged this. This is our charger with our lithiums in it. I could show you over there where my plug is, but you guys know how to charge. So basically, here we go. These turned green instead of red. You guys saw the red earlier, but yeah. So these are officially charged. It took around, I want to say it took around 30 minutes to an hour. I was putting my son down to sleep, so here we go. That's the charge. We have our charged batteries. One thing I will say about the charger. Everyone's got one, but it didn't come with a charging block that goes in the wall. So like I had it charged into my laptop. But it's not the best charging way you can do it. I had some old chargers. I just did that. It worked out. So we have our chargers. We're going to put them into our thing here. So let us do that real quick. Luckily, it says which way to put the batteries down. So they're going downwards into it. We're going to put this one up. And yep, and you see these little flaps here? You're just going to push right into them. And this one, it wants to go up. So we're going to go, hey guys, look, I just taught you how to put batteries in. Oh my god. Okay, so these actually don't go on this without the batteries in them. So you can't, so without the batteries in these will just go in and fall out. But with the batteries, they work just fine. Okay, so now we have our contraption here, right? We're going to push this button, find out what that does. We'll find out what that does later. Okay. So anyway, now we're going to take the top off. And we're going to put our spout in because like I said earlier, we are professionals. We have the 2 milliliter, or what is it again? Let's have a look. The 2 ounce, that's what I meant, 2 ounce. I have my wife's breast pump here. So we're going to use that. Let's fill it up to the 2 ounce mark. And come on, we had enough. Yep, there we go. Right at 2 ounces. So now we're going to pour this in here. Didn't even need this with the breast pump, but still. Okay. Or the Haka pump. It's called a Haka pump. That thing, not this. Alright, so we have this thing is full now of the 2 liters. Not 2 liters, God, I wish my memory was better. 2 ounces, yep. Hey, let's go back up here. I just wanted you guys to see the shipping policy if you wanted. So here we have 2 fluid ounces. We have our 2 fluid ounces inside. Now we are going to close it up. And now we're going to go on the bottom here. And I like to make it kind of tight, make sure there's no leaks. So let's check it. There's no leaks that I can see so far. It seems pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to go on the bottom here, and we're going to hit it. We're going to set it. We're going to... Okay, so there's a button on the side here. Look at that. We're learning together. So you hit this little button that's in the side there. This button probably is the thing that lets the fluid out. So let's just... I don't know. We'll figure that one out later. So as we can see here on the side, we've got 64.2 and 96. That's our temperature. That's what we're having it set at. Look, 64.7. It's going up already. 65.3. So even just turning it on, it's already going up. Now you can see that I started with like 60 something, you know, so a little 60 up. And I started with cold water because I wanted to test this with cold water first, and then we're going to go into a little warmer water. I've heard reports online that if you start with warmer water, the batteries last longer, so that's something to consider. So we're going to kind of just watch this and see how long it takes. God. Can't wait to cut my hair. Alright, let's see. It is 12:54 right now. So we are going to see how long it takes us to get to our target temperature of 96 degrees. So I'm going to read up on the instructions. I mean, really, it's kind of like plug and play. It came set at 96. There is a set here, a thermostat you can set and change. I'll mess with that later after we do our first charge here. And then on top, you have like the little set button. So we'll do that later. But for right now, you can see that we're already at 68 degrees, and it's pretty quick because we started around 60 something. So we're going to put this down. And we are going to come back to this in, let's say, 12 minutes. So 12 minutes from 54 when I started would be, oh God, I have to do actual math now. So 54, 6, so 6 would be 106. We're going to check this back at 106 and see if it gets to the target temperature in the 12 minutes like it says it will. Anyway, I'll hit you back then. Lindy out. Hey y'all, Lindy's back here. So it is 106, and we are at 96. Can you guys see? If you guys can't see, you're gonna have to take my word for it. It's actually reading 97 now. It's 97.3. So right in 12 minutes, it was able to bring it from 60 to 96. We'll test the battery life. I think I'm just going to leave it on and see how long it lasts. But we're up to 97 now. Okay, let's see. Let's kind of sit here and talk for a minute while we find out how long it's going to go, how much higher. So they weren't kidding here, guys. It definitely only took 12 minutes to heat up. And it's cold water, like 60-degree water. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's a little chilly out here. I'm not exactly one that likes the cold, but still, it's pretty cool to know that does it. So you can see here that they're see the hand and all that. They're basically marketing it at not as what everyone's buying it for. But well, not everyone. I can't say that. A couple of weirdos out there. So anyway, we're 107 now, and it is 97.8. Doesn't seem to be going much farther past that. But what I wanted to do is once it kind of stabilizes, we're going to use this thermometer here. It's got a digital readout. So we're going to use that. We're going to pour it into our collection cup to make it as normal as possible. Ooh, look at this. I don't know if you guys have been able to see, but so it is at 98 degrees and it's stabilizing. So let's give it another like 30 seconds while I kind of talk y'all's ears off and maybe figure out how this all works myself. So that's pretty cool. So 98 degrees, that's exactly where we want. I've got it set to 96. It's at 98. That's perfect for our test, right? So now let's experiment with this. Now that it's not going above 98, that's perfect. So we're gonna do, we've got our spout open now. Now we're gonna push upside down. Oh, but it's not really coming out. Maybe that's where, oh, look at that. Now, I want you guys to hear this. Okay, I want you guys to listen. You guys hear that? What's that sound like to you? It sounds like someone whizzing, doesn't it? Oh, that's cool. I'm glad he got this. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Man, where was this frickin' 5 years ago, huh? Alright, well, there we go. So, it's out now. We're going to stick our thermometer in it. I'm showing 97, 98, 97. That's good news. That means you can see it says 97.7 there. And 97 here. So 97 here. Let me see if you guys can see that. In case you didn't trust me. That's pretty cool, guys. That's very good news for that's very good news for my buddy and for any of you out here who are fighting tyranny. So we're gonna fill this thing up again. This time we're gonna fill it back with this. We know it's the correct amount, so let's do that. And then we're gonna leave this thing running. We're gonna see. We know we started 12 minutes minus 106. So 12:54. So 12:54. This thing's on. See the water? It's already showing 95, and automatically just pouring more water in. Let's see. Come on. So 94.4. I know it's going to start going up again. Let's look at it in a minute. So basically, what this means is you're going to have your fluid, whatever you're going to put in here. We all know what you're going to put in here, but whatever you're going to put in here, your fluid's going to be at the right temperature when you need it. It says it lasts for 90 minutes. I'm going to leave it on. I'll come back to you guys after 90 minutes and let you guys know about that. 94.2. Let's see. Still nothing. But what I'm trying to watch this to see if I need to do any other push buttons or anything to get it restarting the heating process. In the off chance that someone says, hey, your sample's not good enough. In that case, what you can do is you can go back into wherever your testing center is, or a porta potty in most cases that I've ran into, and you can take out, whatever bag you have hidden of your extra, because you always want to go in with an extra bag or something along that lines to make sure the pesky little Liberty Stealers don't throw out your first sample and say, well, I need a second one. Then you got a second one. And it takes you, oh look, it's already going up again. So now all you have to do is pour in your sample. I would suggest Monkey Whiz. It's a synthetic urine brand. It never let me down. This was years ago, but still it never let me down. And I know buddies that use the Quick Fix. That also works. Oh, I'd also like to say something else. It's back up to 96 degrees now. When it is 96 degrees, there's a little click. Now you're not going to be able to hear that when this thing's around your waist, but it's cool that it kind of lets you know. And look, it's going back up to 98 again already. So far this thing is looking pretty cool. I really want to see, on the back it says 90 minutes for 2 ounce. So we're going to test that and see how much we're getting out of these batteries. Now you might be thinking 90 minutes, an hour and a half, is that really enough time for me to get this done? Well, that's why you buy the second battery pack. I actually had to talk my buddy into buying the second one because I said, dude, 90 minutes, sometimes they might take you around. And he was saying, dude, it's only supposed to take 12 minutes. Yeah, you're right, 12 minutes, but a lot of guys will just want to set it and forget it, and just have it running the whole time. And a lot of times your pre-employment is going to take anywhere from 2 hours to 6 hours, or even like a couple days, depending on how intensive all your stuff you have to learn. In case there's like new learning and stuff, and there's a lot of like new bullshit you have to learn about. But yeah, you can turn this thing in 12 minutes. You're gonna have the desired result. You can get the extra batteries, the extra battery pack. I got it charging over there, and you're gonna be set. I mean, so far, we're going to try this with warm water and see how long that lasts. But just based on this alone, based on how sleek it is, I'm liking it so far. God, I wish they had one of these like 3 years ago. Shit. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the belt on now. I'm sure he's not going to mind me doing that. I'll wear boxers and all that, so there won't be any contamination. But yeah, we're going to get that doing next, and we're going to see how long this actually lasts, because hopefully it's longer than 90 minutes. Most companies put a lower number, even though it goes into a higher range, just to cover their asses. So we're going to figure it out. And look, we're almost back to 98. So in case you had to go back in and try to pee again, you have, I think it's like 2 to 2.5 hours between when they can fail you for too long between peeing, especially out on the job site. So this is going to be, it's looking really good, guys. So we're going to keep testing it, run a few more tests. The battery life test, we're going to try some warm water in it, see how long that lasts, and then we're going to try the belt on right here in a couple of minutes or later, because when you're a parent, you know your free time is very valuable, and it can vanish like that the second they wake up. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys right now, but I will hit you guys back later when this thing dies. Lindy out. Okay, boys, Lindy's back here. So I've got the belt on. This is probably how you'd wear it. You know, most of us have a bit of a gut, so basically you can kind of hide here pretty good, especially wear some looser pants, something like that. So this is kind of how the belt works. You have it, you put it on the back of the belt, goes right here. I know you guys can't see that, but I mean, you've already been seeing it. So I'm still reading 95. You know, it's been a couple minutes here, 10, 15 or so. So we're still looking good. 97 out of 96, perfect. So the way this belt works, you have this here, and it's like one of those football belts. You know, those football belts that I still wear to this day. Oh, it's hard to get off. It's actually a good thing. Let's do this. Ooh. Once I got some of the weight off it, kind of came right out. So you see that. You look at that. It's just a really simple belt. It's got some teeth in it right here. So it's actually kind of hard for it to come off. And then for your excess, if you're a skinnier guy than me, you have an excess little bit there. But what I decided to do is put it here, obviously upside down. So let's get it back into place. And then, see, you push it back through. You hear that freaking lock? That's sweet, dude. Where was this years ago? Jeez. Alright, so anyway, here we go. We got our thing here. You could even probably sag it. So let's do that. Get the weight off it again. We're going to sag it. Yeah. Right there. Boom. Even better, because look, now we have like the pooch. You can just pretend like you're hung, you know? I mean, we totally are, but... So, get that back there. We kind of have it where we want it now. This is kind of how it's going to be. Picture your belt, your pants, your belt, holding it up here. Look at that profile. See that profile? That ain't bad at all, especially if you have a gut hanging over. See that? Perfect. So, why this is cool is you can literally just be like, oh shoot, I'm at 96 degrees. I'm good to go. Yeah, my turn. I'll take the test next. Boom. I hand you the cup. Take the cup. You take your little thing. Now, just in case, I haven't tested this yet. You're going to put your spout down. Oop, a little bit of drizzle there. You know, that's pretty normal though if you're a dude. So, we're going to push the button. Okay, now let's hear that. Pretty cool, huh? Now, I'm going to keep that. I'm only going to do a couple. We already know it works. So I'm going to put this back into it because we're still doing our weight test. But this is essentially just what you're going to get. You know, I mean, it's well thought out. The button's on the front. It's not against your body. If the button is pushed while your spout is down, it's not going to leak out. So even if your pants are pushing down this button all day, and you're sitting, standing, you're 100% good. When that spout's open though, let's just do it again. We know it's going to work. Let's do it for sound. Boom. See? It's that simple. It's made well. So far it's holding up. Let's see what time it is. It's 1:33 now. It's been going since basically 12:55, so basically 40 minutes. Still going strong. It's reading 96 even after letting some out and all that. And it's got the top read down. It's got your thing down here, so if someone's watching you from your back, dude, it's perfect. You got your button. There's really not much more you're gonna want. This is, I think we've arrived, guys. This is it. I mean, if I wasn't done with that, shoot, this would convince me to go back. But you got kids. Kids change things. So anyway, we're gonna take this thing off, let the weight off of it, pull it out. We're gonna show you the back real quick. As you can see, there's our temperature, still good. This is how the belt goes in. It's got a tapered side. You can put it on either side of the belt buckle that you want. You know, I'd recommend this side because it just works so well. And maybe I'll do one where I show you wearing pants and you won't even be able to tell the difference. So yeah, I think this is just a really cool contraption. I think it's probably a good buy. I mean, it's expensive. Remember, $230 with the extra pack with shipping, $180 before all that, but you're gonna have to pay for the shipping anyway, so $200. So I think it's worth it. I know my buddy's gonna be loving this thing, especially after he sees this video. So we might try something else. Maybe I'll try the pants, but depending on how long this thing lasts, I think we've arrived, boys. So until then, I'll hit you back. Hey y'all, Lindy back. I decided to put some more pants on. If you work outside, you probably recognize these. Unless you go the blue jean route, which, you know, God, we look good in blue jeans, don't we? Okay, so what I've done is I've sagged the belt a little. Now I don't like that because, you know, it's farther down my butt here, so it's not gonna, here, let me show you. See, it's right here. So basically, what this is going to do is it's going to let you hide it a little bit better. You could wear it higher if you want, but I think lower, just below your pooch, you know, or whatever you call it, fupa. Is this a fupa? It don't matter. So anyway, you got this just kind of how you want it. We're going to suck in a little bit. We're going to put it tight. Now, what do you guys think about that? And obviously, you're not going to walk in with your shirt tucked in if you got one of these on, right? So let's do. I didn't just break this thing, did I? Nope, good to go. So basically, that's what you got. Look at that. And this is on a skinnier guy. I mean, I'm not skinny, but I mean, I ain't like a whale or anything. And if you are, who gives a shit? We're only here once, enjoy that food. So, you can't even see it. But what you can see, once I push the gut back, is exactly the temperature it's at. Now, let's do the test. What do I mean by the test? I mean the sit test. So we're just gonna sit on this. Oop. Oh, now this. So that's a really low chair. So I felt it kind of digging in a little, but at the same time, like with a belt on, this thing's getting held in place. Look, this thing's not going anywhere. So you can sit with this thing. Just be careful. You know, you go to sit down. You know, just sit down, careful. When you get up, just get up. You know, pretend like your knees hurt. All of our knees hurt, right? We work outside, our bodies hurt. And if you don't work outside, blank them. You know? But it just works really good. You can even put it lower. You can even put it inside of your boxers. They even sell boxers with a little pouch you can stick it into if you don't even want to mess with the belt. I mean, guys, this is it. We're going to see how it's still at 96.6 degrees, too. So we're going to see how long the battery lasts, but I think it's pretty much selling itself. So anyway, I'll hit you guys back with some more data that I figure out about, like, maybe like some hot water we're heating up, seeing how long that lasts affects the battery, because I've got the second batteries here. But I'm thinking this is a good purchase, so that's the best I got for you. I'll hit you with some more if you need it, but you can probably stop the video here. Hope you enjoy. Lindy out.
Hey y'all, Lindy's back here. I just wanted to come back to you guys right at 90 minutes. So we're going to show you now, this is 90 minutes. It is now, if you're following my times, it's 2:23, so another 2 minutes and that would be our 90 mark. I want to show you guys this is our temperature now. So we're still at 96, right? I was just watching it go down to 95.1, 95.5. So it's starting to kind of lose its love there. But yeah, as you can see, it's 96.2, and it's been at 90 minutes. So considering that it's working 90, I'm gonna let you guys know with another update. But while I was waiting, I kind of had some thoughts on this. I think that this, construction wise, could be a little better by perhaps putting these clips here in the front. The reason I say that is so that it would hold it closer to your body instead of it kind of hanging off. If you had it on the front, it would hang against your body. It'd be pushed against your body. I think that would probably be that's probably what I would do is if I was going to design it, or maybe like a future model. If the owners are watching this, that's what I would do. I'd do that. But yeah, it's really the only thing I would change. I think that, and I would include the charging brick. I know everyone's already got one, and it's just an extra charge, but I'd put that in there. We're still, look at that, 96.9. All I had to do is touch it, remind it that it's supposed to be going back to work. So now that we are officially at the 90-minute mark, let's see how much longer this thing lasts. Because look at us, we're at 96.9. So that's right where you want to be. So I'm going to hit you guys back once I find out how long this battery actually will last. My son's waking up soon anyway, so yep, that's it. I'll hit you guys back. Lindy out. Hey y'all, we are officially at the 2-hour mark. Here's our coloring. Here's our 2-hour mark. Remember, we started at 12:55, 54. It's now 2:58. We're looking at 95.7. It only switched because I moved it a bit. I'm going to keep coming back to you, but so far it lasts 2 hours, at least with the initial charged batteries, or before they degrade. So I'll keep an eye on it. Lindy out. Hey y'all, Lindy here. For your final entry, I guess. If you look at this, you can see and hear it. Listen to that. I don't like the sound factor of it when it's past it sounds. So like, you don't want this going off while you're sitting waiting for your test. But even with the battery just about to die, it's sitting at around 95 degrees. So what I would do is I would turn this off. Stops the clicking. 95 degrees. If your test is right, then 95 will still pass. But what I would do is I'd take these out, take the batteries out of your pocket wherever you got them hidden, put them in. You're good to go. It lasted till 3:19. We started at 12:55. Let's call it 1. So that's almost 2.5 hours. Add in 5 minutes to this, right? So we're looking at 3:25. So that's 2.5 hours of charge for this thing. That ain't bad. I'll be back to you guys because I'm watching my son right now, but definitely I'm going to I have some final words for this thing, but trust me guys, they're gonna be good. Lindy out. Hey y'all, Lindy's back here. I just wanted to kind of add something during my editing process here, doing the final edit. I did the hot water too. It lasted 5 minutes longer, so our range is still gonna be about 2.5 hours. We use the warm, it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes. If you have the double batteries, it's gonna be 5 hours of continuous heat. Like I said, it does beep when the first batteries die or about to die, so I don't really like that, but you can probably get to it quick enough, cough your throat while you just reach into your pants and just know where your button's at, knock it off. Another thing I wanted to add on here is I talked about this, and I talked about kind of how it works. This is just a review, but you guys are also probably watching this to understand better how to actually do the tests. Now, your test is going to consist of you being given a cup. They're going to tell you to take your pockets out, all that. Some people even check. Pretty rare they actually check. So a lot of the times you're going to be able to stash your extra batteries or whatever anywhere. And a lot of people wear the boxers you can buy online. It has a flap in front. You could drop this in there and the extra batteries in there, tape them to it if you're really that scared. And your profile, like what you can see from the outside, should be better even using that than the belt that it comes with probably. But essentially you're going to be going into the porta potty, the testing center, the room, and you're going to want to do some things. You're going to want to go in there, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to check your temperature. If your temperature is good, you're going to put it into the cup, right? And a lot of guys just pour it in. What you want to do is use the nozzle, because you actually want bubbles in the liquid when it comes out. If you send them a bunch of stagnant liquid, they're going to be like, yeah, right? So even if you're using like, let's say you're using a bag or a flask, like it's fake pee, it's your job. So what I would recommend is take your thing. Once you're done, it won't have a spout like this. Put your hand on it, shake it. You're going to want bubbles in here. You're going to want bubbles in the fluid. It's going to make it look more realistic. It's frothy when it comes out. Go and pee in the toilet and you'll see it's frothy. So that's what you want to do. And then after you're done with your sample, pee in the toilet and make sure it's audible. Don't pee on the side trying to act proper or nice, like you're a new girlfriend's house. You want to pretend like you don't actually have bowel movements. No, you actually want to make them hear it. And then talk to them while you're doing it. Don't make it awkward. Just talk to them. Bring up something. Bring up your kids. Bring up whatever. It'll help, trust me. And if they like you, even if they think you're messing around, they might actually give you a break. So those are some little tips I have. Now, another thing is, be careful when you're sitting down with this thing, with bags in general. My last job I was at, I saw this older cat. He straight up left. His entire left leg was just soaked with fake stuff, or maybe his buddy's real pee. He sat wrong, the bag burst. It happens. This won't burst. The only thing you can mess yourself up with this is leaving this down. See, it does drip. This is just water, like I said. But it does drip, but not that much. Well, actually, I say that. So you really got to jam it, right? But then watch, I'm going to push the thing. Actually, here. Let's be smart. See, I push the button. It still comes out, but not as much. So just keep this closed. It'll save your ass, especially if you want to keep a little bit in here. If you feel like you might have to pee again or something. But no, you want to keep this closed. Make sure you're not going to screw yourself, because if you went through the effort to buying this, to buying a bag, to even applying for a job, you want to make sure you get that job. You want to make sure that this does not let you down. So far, this has not let me down on any of the tests I've run. But yeah, I had something else I was going to say, but I lost it in my excitement. My buddy's about to come and pick this up, so this is the last time I'm going to be able to show you this. But even so, I think it's a really good buy. You're going to hear my ending sequence right after this, I'm sure. But yeah, I think it's a good buy. Anyway, Lindy out. Hey y'all, so we are going to button this thing up. Got the Sidekick Urine Warmer here. If you're still watching at this point, then you're one of them buy the book types, likes to find out everything you can, or you're scared. Both of those are good things, especially when your job is on the line. So, final thoughts. Final thoughts. I think it's a good buy. It's a little expensive, $230 like I said, $180 for it, $20 for shipping, and then you're going to want the extra batteries, because the batteries got us just under 2.5 hours, I believe. Yeah, so it was 12:55 to 3:25, right? So math, let's do some maths here. So let's take the 5. So 1, 2. So basically 2 hours and 20 minutes. You're going to get the extra with the $230 price. You're going to get the extra batteries. So that's going to bring you up to just around 5 hours of heating for this thing. And this is the 2-ounce model. Remember that 2-ounce model. So I have to say that if I was still messing around, and I'll tell you about it in just a minute, this is what I would use. Hands down. This beats the bags that I used to use. This is it. So I got scared straight because I did field test. Somehow, by God's good grace, I passed, but I probably pounded about 2 gallons worth of water before they caught me in the waiting room and made me stop. But that's the only reason I stopped. Well, it's not the only reason. I have kids now. But if I wasn't, this is what I would use. My buddy is going to be very happy with this, and I think you guys will be too. Now, the price is a lot, but you have to understand you're going to keep your job. Like, safety man comes out, or just someone calls you in for a pee test. You got this thing in your desk, you got it in the work truck. 12 minutes. You guys saw that. 12 minutes with 60-degree water, and it heated it up to 96. Actually, 98. So that's enough to where you can throw this thing in your boxers. If you're wearing tight-fitting boxers, you can take the time to put it on. But the 2-ounce model is a lot thinner than the 3-ounce model, and it's the way to go, guys. I mean, if you can spend the money on it, if you can spend the money on drinking as much booze as I was, on my buddies that smoke weed, I mean, you can spend the money on this. It's going to pay for itself. The construction's decent too, you know, so it's going to last you a long time, and it's going to be worth it. So I'm not getting paid by this company. I'm not. I'm just someone who thinks the system is messed up, and I don't feel like people need to wait until they're almost dead just to be able to do something that they like to do. So that's all I got for you guys. If I was going to give this thing a rating on quality, based on quality alone, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is, like I said, I prefer this was around the front. And if anyone's saying, well, why don't you just keep it like, you know, towards you like that? Well, then you can't push the button easily, you know, right through your pants. And also, you don't want this button against your belly. You know, I'd rather have it against like the soft spot of my pants. 2, it didn't come with the wall charging port for the charger. I'm talking about the brick that goes on here. But if I was gonna rate this thing for ease of use, for the way it sits on you, for the way it just comes straight, already 96 degrees, don't have to change it. This little sprayer makes it sound like you're whizzing for real. The batteries go in real easy. They only say an hour and a half. Last for basically an extra hour longer than that, at least fresh out the bag. So if I was still messing around, this is what I would use. My buddy's gonna be very happy, and if you guys buy it, I'm sure you guys will also be very happy with this machine here. So I just like to say thank you for Sidekick for actually, you know, keeping liberty alive, because it's bullshit that we have to do this. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and that's it. Lindy out.